Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this live podcast. And as usual, this is Paul Kibicho, and it is important that we try to analyze and look at things that makes people to fail in life, because everybody desires to succeed. Everybody wakes up in the morning with the hope of succeeding. Unfortunately, not all of us people succeed. Unfortunately, most of us people, we still are mark timing in our lives. Unfortunately, we don't learn from the best. Unfortunately, majority of us people, we are so skeptical even to ask people who give you information. And unfortunately, again, some of you people, you are not persistent in life. You are not consistent in life. Unfortunately, most of you people, you do not want to go the same route that some of us people have gone to be who we are. Unfortunately, most of us people, we don't learn. We don't even learn from our mistakes. So we say failure in life can step from a wide range of internal and external factors. So I want us to look at what contributes to failure. Because all of you people, I know everybody listening to me today would like to succeed. Unfortunately, again, not all of us people will succeed. Not all of us will succeed. And I can tell you that one at a confidence level of almost 99.9%. We have got so many people who can be deemed or who can be termed to be failures, but failures by choice. So majority of you people listening to me, if you are not where you ought to be in life, it is because you have refused to change. You have completely refused to change. When we tell you something, you don't want to do it. I'm trying to adjust my other gadget. So when we tell you do this, you don't want. When I come to you, you don't want. So you see, the farthest you can take a cow is to the river, but the decision of taking water is purely, uh, it is purely by the animal itself, by the cow itself. So I'll be able to help if somebody is messing up with me here. I don't know what to do to him. I don't know why people should. This person was not calling me before I went live, but now he's calling me. I don't. Let me not comment. So once again, I want to thank all of you. For those people who are hearing me for the first time, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, kindly subscribe to my Facebook page, and kindly subscribe to my TikTok page. So I want us to look at a few things before I leave. Before I go to a joint I'm going to right now, I'm headed to Githunguri. Let us first of all look at what we call the internal factors that makes us people to fail miserably. And I wish that you'll take a bit of time to reflect on what I'll be telling you today. Don't just be a listener. Don't just be a listener to this information and you're doing nothing. Please, I want you to take this challenge positively so that you can move from the level that you are at today and you move on to the next level. So let us first of all look at what we call the internal factors that makes us people to fail miserably. They are what I have told you, that we have both internal factors and we have external factors. Now, there's something called number one, lack of persistence. Lack of persistence. All the rivers that you see flowing, they flow to the direction you see them flowing because they have been persistent. I want to teach you what we say: persistence wears out resistance. It does not matter how strong the stone is. It does not matter how hard the soil is. The moment a river decides which route and course to follow, I tend to think this person requires to be told that way because it's becoming a nuisance to me. So what basically happens is that I have told you persistence wears out resistance. Allow me to talk to him. Could you please text me? You're actually interfering. I'm in a meeting and I'm in live, please. So what happens basically is that I have told him I hope he'll be able to understand that because he has given me more than 10 calls. And you wonder whether it's an emergency. I think Kenya, in terms of, we are doing badly in terms of ethics and morals and in terms of values. Allow me, please allow me. I will still be live. Let me hear what he has to say. Dan, Dan, and it's a guy who is not talking. It's a guy who is mute, and you can see. Allow me for a minute just to do what is necessary. So please, sorry for that interruption, because this character seems to be on a mission to disturb me for no reason. So allow me for a minute, please, if you don't mind. Allow me to take my gadget and attend to him because he requires to be attended to. Thank you very much. I've attended to him the way he wanted to be attended to. So thank you for your indulgence. That was a very bad interruption. So I was talking about before I was rudely, let me say, before I was rudely interrupted by that individual who seems to be, I think, very consistent. So lack of persistence. If you're not persistent in what you're doing, you'll never succeed in life. Persistent means whatever it is that you've been called to do it with all your might. Many people give up too soon when faced with obstacles, missing out on long-term success. So you must ensure that you continually do what you know best. That's what we call persistence. You have to become persistent. And I have told you right now that persistence wears out resistance. So the moment you continually do something, you will finally overcome. Number two is what we call fear of failure. Majority of you watching me from wherever you are, you fear failure. You fear failure. So if you fear failure, you'll never succeed in life. We say this can paralyze your decision making and prevent people from taking necessary risks. So most of the people that you see not succeeding in life is because they fear failure. Don't ever fear failure. I told you yesterday in my other podcast that there are things that you can't control. If you are alive, one thing is for sure, you'll die one day. I know people fear death, but that's a fact that we can't run away from. So even if you fear death, no matter how much you fear death, death is so certain. The only uncertainty about death is when it will come and how it will come and where it will come. So you don't have to keep fearing about it. It is so certain. So don't fear. Start something. All those people that you see succeeding in life, they started something somewhere. So even those successive men and women that you see, they started somewhere and they were not assured of them succeeding, but they did it. So fear of failure is one thing that makes people to become paralyzed and they become paranoid that affects their chances of succeeding in life. The other thing, point number three, is lack of self-discipline. I can tell you for sure that majority of us people, we don't have discipline. Discipline is a key integral element that makes people succeed. It's fundamental, it's so critical in life. Some of us people, we have no discipline of any nature. We don't have any discipline. We have no discipline whatsoever. And you can imagine the person who was calling me those many times is now texting me, Nipe 1,000. He's not my daughter. He's not my sister. He's not my cousin. And he has the audacity to write on my, I can see the text because my phone's a bit high tech, Nipe 1,000. And you see, that person called me more than 5 times by the name Dan. Let me not go on that kind of a person. So, lack of self-discipline. You require to be disciplined. If you are not disciplined, I'm telling you, my brother, my sister, without consistent, listen to this, without consistent and control emphasis, goals often remain out of reach. You require to be disciplined in your life. If you enter into an investment, stick to it. If you start farming as a project, stick to it. Whatever it is that you start, stick to it. Thank you very much, Master 975. I don't know. Let me not comment. So discipline is key. Kindly know, and thank you very much for the likes. Already, I think I'm so happy with these people called TikTokers. You've been my true friends. I really appreciate you. You have continually given me likes and you have followed me. I'm also requesting those people watching me on my YouTube channel for the first time, kindly subscribe. That is the only way you can make sure that this podcast will continue being live. Thank you very much for Saimo. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Of course, Saimo Amadari, as usual. So, lack of self-discipline. You find somebody going to a pub and he says, I'm only going to take 2 bottles of beer. But the moment he enters into that pub, he takes 15 bottles of beer. Lack of self-discipline. You find a man, sorry to say, I know I may be attacked. Of course, I am very, very sure and I'm expectant of that. You find a man with 5 girlfriends. For what? 5 girlfriends for what? 4 girlfriends for what? 3 girlfriends for what? To do what? If you are married, stick to your marriage. If you want a second wife, go for her, but make it public. So why do you require so discipline, self-discipline? You must have what we call self-discipline. Self-discipline is what has made people to have confidence in me. Self-discipline is what has made me to be the person I am. Self-discipline is what has made me to do the work that I do. So we all require what we call self-discipline. So one big greatest attribute of lack of discipline leads what so lack of self-discipline leads what we call massive failure. Banashaus Morioki. So without consistent effort and control over impulses, long company, your goals will remain a melange, will remain out of reach. So hope you have noted that. The fourth point, I have already talked about the lack of persistence, lack of self-discipline, fear of failure. Let me come to another critical point, which is here. Poor time management. Majority of us, especially Kenyans, we are very poor time managers. Misusing time or procrastinating can delay progress and lead to missed opportunities. So, like those people who started listening to me a few years ago, 4 years ago, 30 years ago, 25 years ago, you have listened, but you have never done anything. You have been a procrastinator. You have been a postponer. So postponement is your second name. Success may be a melange in your life. The other thing is what we call negative mindset. This is another thing that makes people to fail terribly, to fail miserably. Negative mindset, self-doubt, pessimism, or a fixed mindset always limit your growth and resilience. Personally, I'm one person who has an open mind. What any idea I hear, I listen in and I see what is it that I can be able to pick from those various ideas from various individuals that can help me to move on to move to the next level. So, negative mindset is another major contributor to what we call fail. That is, it gives birth to self-doubt, pessimism, or fixed mindset, which limits growth and denies you resilience and tenacity. Those are what we call internal factors. In the next 5 minutes, allow me to go to what we call external factors that leads to people failing in life. One of them is what we call unfavorable environment. Unfavorable environment, allow me not to recognize you 820 because you're also a procrastinator. I will not mention your name, but you are also a procrastinator if I'm not wrong. If you're the person I know who is in Australia, you are a perfect example of a procrastinator and very indecisive. So I will not mention your name. You know who you are. And I do not want to mention your name because it is not worth my time. So external factors, unfavorable environment. There are some people who keep on, who have got no stud. There are some individuals who have got no impetus of making decisions, who don't keep to their word. They are not men of integrity, or they are not women of integrity. Men of integrity, women of integrity are men and women who keep their words. You keep to your word and you stick to your word no matter what. So let us look at what we call external factors. Unfavorable environment. You spend your day with people who are toxic. You spend your day with men and women who cannot make a decision. You spend your day with somebody who is over 40 years, but he has nothing tangible in his life. You spend a day with somebody who always speaks negative things, who always is actually criticizing anything that is brought into his way. Those are bad characters. Unfavorable environment, toxic relationships. You are in a relationship that is actually always devaluing you. You are in a relationship where that other party does not recognize you, has an attitude over you, has got no respect over your life. Please do away with those individuals. These are people who will be able to accelerate your chances of failing miserably in life. Toxic relationships and unsupportive communities. If you are living in an area where people always are talking bad things, negative things, please move out of that particular area. You better even go where you're not, just like this man of God called Abraham did. Vacate that area and go to a place where you know the people you interact with are giving you what you call hope. They are giving you hope in life. They are encouraging you. They are not discouraging you. They are not speaking bad things. They're not talking about negative things. So get out of toxic relationships because they don't add value. Unsupportive communities or unstable conditions, which can hinder personal development. You need to be very, very careful, Mr. Moreiri Gary. The other thing is lack of education, please, or skills. Lack of education or skills. We say not having the right tools or knowledge for a chosen path can lead to repeated setbacks. We normally say that your thoughts can never be wiser than your minds. So those people that you see arguing in a given way or in a given parameter, it is because that is the farthest their brains can take them. So do not blame them. It is because that is their level of their gray matter. So you do not expect them to yield or to give you any importance or maybe to help you so much, because that is their level. So we talk about lack of educational skills, not having the right tools or knowledge for a chosen path can lead to repeated setbacks. Let me not overemphasize on that one for failure, for fear of what people may think. Then the other point is what we call economic or social barriers. Not having the right to, okay, we are saying poverty. Poverty is one thing that indignifies an individual. Poverty is one thing that makes people assume that they were meant to be the way they are, or the life they lead. Discrimination, where you see people not actually valuing you the way you are, or systemic challenges can make success harder to achieve despite efforts. Psychological and emotional blocks. You have already been able, your wiring is that in our family nobody has ever done this, in our family nobody has ever done this. Don't talk about your family members. Look at yourself as an individual. I evaluate yourself, and do not use your brothers and sisters as your benchmark in your towards the journey of success. You are unique in your own way. You are blessed by Lord in your own way. So chart your own path. Do not follow what people have said about you. Do not follow the naysayers. So those psychological and emotional blocks, clear them, clear the clutter, remove the cobwebs in your mind and say it can be done. The other thing is what we call indecisiveness, and you have heard me mention about it. And I did not mention one individual whom I know suffers from this serious element of indecisiveness. Constantly second guessing choices can stall progress and erode confidence. People who can't make a decision. Have you ever wondered why a jet fighter has only one pilot? It is because in the moment of trying to consult your fellow pilot, you'll be bombarded. So the power of decision making is important, and as I've said in the past, it is what shapes your destiny. So you must become, a decision has to be made. Remember, even failure to make a decision is a decision on its own. So you must learn to make decisions no matter what. You must learn to make decisions no matter what. Failure to learn from mistakes. Oh my goodness. Failure to learn from your past mistakes. We all do mistakes in life, but what lesson do you learn from those mistakes that you commit? So you have committed so many mistakes until you became synonymous with committing mistakes. You need to change that. So failure to learn from mistakes, repeating the same errors without reflection leads to stagnation. So you need to change. If you realize whatever has been making you fail in life or miss your target in life, get out of that path and change the path altogether. I normally tell people that you do not have to repeat the same mistakes that have been committed by others to learn. You need to ask yourself, what is it that I can do today to add value to my life? And then finally, which is very, very important, over dependence on others. There are some people who are naturally parasites. Like, you can see somebody who has been calling me more than 5 times, and ananioba pesa. I have no relationship with him. I don't know him. We don't lend each other money. And somebody has the audacity to come telling me to lend him money. From where? It takes me time and where it takes me time, it takes me might, it takes me energy to generate money. So I cannot just go dishing out my money anyhow anyway. If you hate me for that, kindly do, and even do it in a better version. I am not somebody who is there to come and give you money for free. It takes me time. It has taken me time, energy, and brains to generate my money. You sit down plate there and you expect me to come and give you money for free? Especially those people who have this tendency, over dependence on others. There are some people who actually depend on others. They are actually parasites. And these parasites are very bad. And they are the people, when you don't give them money, they go talking bad things about you. And I don't personally, I don't mind if somebody say that Kebisho is so mean. I am mean because I'm mean with my resources, not your resources. If you're a generous, go donating your money, but not what Kebisho has worked hard to get. I know who to give and whom not to give. And that's a choice that all of you listening to me should make. So nobody should come in and tell you those stories. Oh, what? No, 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 no. Hate me for that if you want to hate me. This is why people hate me sometimes, because I'm brutally honest. You are not going to sit down there and you take a phone and you start telling me Kibisho nipeg limoja. Nikutolee wapi? I wake up early in the morning to go looking for money when you are busy doing nothing out there and you expect me to give you money. Free money from where? The Bible says we should eat what is of our sweat. So you cannot just go sitting, plating, and loitering aloud and you expect me to come dishing money to you as who? For what? Even my children know. And that's a policy that I have always held dear in my heart. Unless somebody is taught, okay, let me not go. So, over dependence on others, relying too much on external validation or support can weaken self reliance. Me, I don't want anybody to validate me how good Kebicho is. I do not want people validating me. I do not want people as praising me for no reason. Let me do my work, do your work. That is what will make you to move to the next level. So, in the interest of time, 20 minutes gone. I thank God for you people for listening to me. Thank you very much for liking me. Thank you very much for following me. We want to know about SACCO. That time will come about. We'll have another chance for that. So I appreciate that you're making an inquiry about the SACCOs. I've talked about SACCOs. You can go back to my recorded videos. I've talked about SACCOs. I've given my numbers. I'm here to be mentored. Kindly mentor me. So anyone who wants to know more about our SACCO, I'll give you my number. Anyone who wants to know more about Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited, I'll give you my number. Everybody who wants to know more about our consulting firm, I'll give you my number. But for the time being, we do not have any job vacancies. I know how frustrated many Kenyans are in terms of jobs, and I would also first of all give people advice. Never go looking for a job saying whatever job you get. We do not have whatever job you get. Let your credentials talk on your behalf. Wale wanasemaga wira wothe ungioneka, those people I don't even engage them. Na sio marigo. Those are people who have lost sense of direction. You must back up your request with something tangible. Na hiyo maneno ya kusema ile kazi yote itapatikana, that's not a good way to look for a job anyway. You irritate people. You are an irritant. Hate me for that as well. Because hata kama ni ya kufagia. Do you expect me, for instance, do you expect me to be in an office that has been filthy from the time it was established? Have somebody who does that. I'm happy when somebody says, Kebicho, I hold a BCom in accounting. In case you hear of a job vacancy, please let me know. I hold a master's degree in strategic management. I hold a master's in counseling psychology. In case if you get an opportunity or a vacancy, communicate to me. Those are people I like. Those are people who seem to be using their state as well. So please, those people who go looking for jobs, Kenyaji, stop it. You irritate people and you'll never get a job using that avenue. Let me be magnanimous enough to you to advise you. Change that approach. That approach will never give you a job. The best approach to use, my name is Paul Kebicho. I hold this degree and I'm looking for a job. In case you hear one, or in case you get a vacancy that requires this kind of qualifications, kindly communicate to me. That's being clever. That is being genius. That is being brilliant. But those people, hata kama ni ya kufagia, hata kama ni ya kuosha vyombo, nitafutie kazi. Na hiyo jambo ingine nitafutie kazi doesn't augur well. You know, anyway, let me not go through that. Thank you very much, honorable members. You can call us in case you want to know more about the SACCO that I represent, which is All In SACCO. Call me on 0722. Don't call me, text me on 0722 63021. 0722 63021. In the event you want to talk to us as Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited, where we manage people's money and we invest on their behalves, 0116 13 13 13. 0116 13 13 13. Or 0713 534 65. 0713 534 65. Or 0753 855 243. 0753 855 243. Or 0722. Text me on 0722 633 May God bless you. Mugabi Sonia, thank you very much. Emma Jenga, as usual. Saimo Amadari, Morevi Ngare, Triple JIF, Charles Morioki, we appreciate you. Collins Gako, thank you very much. George Irongo, thank you very much. Kimani Joroge, thank you very much. Allow me to go to my, as usual, to my TikTok page, and I mention a few people because there are a number of them. Thank you so much for your likes. Thank you so much, Bukas. Thank you very much, Queen. Kate, thank you very much. Kate, Eunice, thank you very much. Kiarie Muigai, Jane Motumba, thank you very much. James Motungo, thank you very much. Sonny, thank you very much. Cheska, thank you very much. D Brock, thank you very much. Rita, Dave, thank you very much. Anne Cecilia, Ruth Wanjiro, thank you very much. Shiko Karoga, thank you very much. M. Waidera, thank you very much. Fike Humanitarian, thank you very much. Joel Nadilango, thank you. Kate, Sonny once again. Wahinya, thank you very much. Annie, Jennifer, thank you so much. Jigal, thank you so much. Anyone looking for a part-time job? I think Mr. Mutavia, you did not. Mr. Mutavia, I wouldn't appreciate. I would appreciate if you gave your number. You know, the last time I had requested you to give the number, but you never gave. So can you give me the number now, Mr. Mutavia, so that I can broadcast to these people? Otherwise, lighting here without giving us your number, how will they reach you? He wrote last time, anyone looking for a part-time work opportunity in Nairobi, Mombasa, Murang'a, how did they inbox you? James Mutavia, pin your number there or give me your number or broadcast it. Can you write it to us? And you have written twice. You did it the same last time, but you never gave the number. So I don't appreciate people who don't just give hope where, you know, please give us your number, Mutavia. If you are willing to help people, give us the number. Give me the number. Text it to me. I'll be able to broadcast it to these people. Na umeandika mara mingi sana. Kama uko Nairobi, Mombasa, Murang'a, unatafuta part-time, full-time work, okay, pin the number. Let me not read it again, or not even read it again, Mr. Mutavia, unless you do what I have requested you to do. Otherwise, you know him, we are in class. I have done that. What about when you feel doing something and you fear? I think that one you require to talk to me. I've given you my number. So thank you very much, even people on my TikTok page. Nyote ni watu wa maana sana. Nawashukuru, Mungu awabariki, na tunasema asanti sana. Sako nimesema the entitlements, yeah, ni pay job. I don't respond to that one. You have already heard what I've said. You know, Kenyans, my brothers and Kenyans, tuko na tabia mbaya sana saa zingine. Hatusomi wana Kenya. My first time here, but I have listened to you on Inoro. You are my mentor. Thank you. We want to know more about the circle here. I'm here to be mentored. Kindly mentor me. Black tax, I understand. Awesome. It's good heart. It's good hearting reality. Great discussion, our mentor. Hello, sir. My friend Kebisho, you are more than an expert. Thank you, Kim. Which business better nowadays? Okay. Matthew endoscopy from Kerowea, 40s. Matthew, I know you. How are you, Mr. Matthew? I met you. Had come to your hospital, 40s hospital, a good hospital in Kerowea. Pale nursing home, I grew up kukuangalia, alafu ukapotea. Yes, Alan, thank you very much. I remember, I used to stay in that place called Kamoyo before God opened a door for me. Thank you so much, sir. Pin your number, please. He's not pinning his number. I don't know why. Wonderful insights, my mentor. Thank you. We are learning. My friend Kebisho, I remember those days. I used to host you on KBC. That must be Francis Kimani, who used to host me on what we call KBC Damka Kenya. Kimani, I salute you. You remain my good friend and it will be like so forever. Matthew Edos and Soma Yako. Matthew Edscope, allow me to bring this. Daktari, we love your classes. We manufacture premium animal feeds, veterinary services, and trained farm hands. Minimi Agriculture. Thank you so much, Minimi Agriculture community. We appreciate you. I think people have heard. Ni Jenga wa Mama Kebake. Okay, Jenga wa Mama Kebake Aran. Yes, I remember. Hi, Doc. So thank you so much. Allow me to stop there. God bless you all. It was my pleasure talking to you. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Until we meet again. Alamsiki, shao, shao, shao. Thank you so much. Alamsiki. Tuonane wakati mwingine.